Crypto markets are a cycle-driven beast. If you've been in the space for a while, you know the pattern. Bitcoin moves first, altcoins lag behind, and then, suddenly, capital explodes into the riskiest, smallest, and most volatile assets on the market. This is what we call the altcoin season. And if you're not prepared, you risk either missing out on the biggest gains or worse, getting caught right before the inevitable crash. So today, I want to walk you through what an altcoin season really is, how it develops, why it happens, and how you can position yourself smartly to take advantage of it without falling into the usual traps. Let's start at the top. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the king of crypto, the bellwether, the asset that sets the tone for the entire market. Every major cycle starts with Bitcoin moving first. Why? Because Bitcoin is the gateway asset, the one institutional investors buy first, the one retail investors hear about first, and the one that dominates headlines. When Bitcoin rallies, it draws in new money. It attracts capital from both within and outside the crypto ecosystem. Think of it like the first wave. But here's where it gets interesting. As Bitcoin climbs, something happens in the background. Bitcoin dominance rises. Bitcoin dominance is the percentage of the total crypto market cap held by Bitcoin. When dominance is rising, it means Bitcoin is outperforming altcoins. This phase is usually marked by people de-risking, moving into the safe crypto asset, or newcomers buying only the best-known coin. During this phase, altcoins often bleed against Bitcoin. They might go up in dollar terms, but they underperform compared to BTC. Then at some point, Bitcoin starts to slow down. It reaches a local top, consolidates, or chops sideways. This is when attention starts to shift. People holding Bitcoin start looking for higher returns. They look at Ethereum, the second largest asset, which often acts as the bridge between Bitcoin and the altcoin universe. Ethereum begins to rally. Money rotates from Bitcoin to ETH, from Bitcoin to majors, and from Bitcoin to riskier plays. This is the beginning of the altcoin season. Altcoin season isn't just about price. It's about sentiment, psychology, liquidity. As confidence in the market grows, people are willing to take more risk. They start piling into Layer 1 ecosystems like Solana, Avalanche, or Cosmos. They chase DeFi projects, meme coins, AI tokens, interoperability solutions, and everything in between. Coins that were forgotten or abandoned during the bear market suddenly start pumping. Twitter is filled with calls, Telegram groups light up, and crypto YouTube explodes with top 10 altcoin videos. But here's the thing. Altcoin seasons are short, explosive, and brutal. They don't last long. They can be weeks, sometimes months, but they almost always end the same way. A massive blow-off top, followed by a brutal correction. That's because altcoins are fundamentally risk assets. They move on liquidity, speculation, and narrative. Once the market overheats, once everyone is all in on leverage, the smallest negative news can pop the bubble. So why do people chase altcoin seasons? Because the gains are ridiculous. Bitcoin going from $30,000 to $60,000 is a 2x. An altcoin going from 0 to 1 is a 10x. Some low-cap projects even pull off 50x or 100x runs. That's the allure. But with that comes risk. Many altcoins will never recover after the cycle ends. They will bleed out slowly, lose liquidity, or get abandoned entirely. That's why the winners are those who can ride the wave and get off before the party is over. Let's break down the phases more deeply. The first phase is the Bitcoin phase. This is when BTC leads the market, dominance rises, and altcoins lag. You want to be primarily in Bitcoin during this stage, or in a mix of Bitcoin and ETH. The second phase is the Ethereum and large cap phase. Here, ETH begins to outperform, and large cap altcoins like Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, and Polkadot start to move. This is when capital rotation begins. The third phase is the midcap phase. This is where DeFi projects, interoperability plays, and strong Layer 2s take the spotlight. And finally, the fourth phase, the microcap and meme phase. This is when anything pumps. Liquidity is overflowing. People are throwing money at anything with a ticker, and caution is thrown to the wind. This is also when you need to be the most careful. Now, let's talk about the psychology behind this. During the Bitcoin phase, people are cautious but optimistic. During the ETH and large cap phase, people become confident. During the mid-cap phase, greed sets in. And during the microcap phase, euphoria takes over. This is classic market psychology. And knowing where you are in this emotional cycle is more important than just chasing pumps. So, How do you actually prepare for altcoin season? First, you build your positions early. You want to be buying altcoins when they're boring, when no one is talking about them, when prices are flat. You want to identify the strongest narratives: AI, DeFi, Layer 1s, interoperability, liquid staking, tokenized real-world assets. You allocate wisely across majors, midcaps, and a small moonbag of microcaps. And then you wait. Second, you manage risk. You use proper position sizing. You don't go all in on one token. You have a plan for when to take profits. For example, you might set targets, sell 25% at 2x, another 25% at 4x, and so on. Or you might use trailing stops to lock in gains as things run. Third, you stay informed. You follow market sentiment, on-chain data, social metrics, funding rates. You watch Bitcoin dominance because it's one of the best indicators of when money is rotating. When dominance starts dropping and altcoin to BTC pairs start pumping, you know you're in the heart of alt season. Finally, you stay disciplined. The biggest mistake people make in altcoin season is believing it will last forever. It won't. You need to be willing to step aside when things get too frothy. There's no shame in taking profits. In fact, the best traders are ruthless about taking profits. So let me share some of the coins I'm watching for this cycle. On the major cap side, Ethereum, Solana, and Chainlink. On the mid-cap side, Wormhole, Ondo, and Arbitrum. And on the moonshot side, Say Render, Rushender, and Fetch.ai. These represent a mix of blue-chip exposure, emerging narratives, and high-risk, high-reward plays. But remember, no list is perfect. Always do your own research, manage your own risk, and never invest what you can't afford to lose. If you want access to my full altcoin portfolio, including the small caps and pre-market projects I'm following, check out my Patreon. I share detailed updates, early calls, and exclusive market breakdowns there. And if you're looking for a crypto broker to get started or to optimize your trades, check the affiliate links in the description. They come with bonuses, fee discounts, and other perks. Also, if you found this video helpful, smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next update. Drop a comment and tell me, what's your top altcoin pick for this season? Are you betting on Layer 1s, DeFi, AI, or something completely off the radar? Let's build a smart, sharp, informed community and help each other navigate this wild space. Remember, altcoin season is one of the most exciting but dangerous times in crypto. With the right strategy, you can make life-changing gains. But with the wrong mindset, you can also give it all back. Prepare wisely, stay sharp, and let's ride this wave together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.